Hi guys, and welcome back to Thief the Reboot. Sorry for skipping a few streams. I messed up with my stream schedule. Yeah, partly because I didn't know how to set it up right, and plus I use an add-on, or I don't know how to call it, something you could, like a plugin or something like that, so that you can see in my info box on Twitch when the next stream is, and somehow I don't know, the schedule that stream offers itself and the plugin or the add-on, they didn't show the same things, and turns out on weekend I couldn't make it to the I couldn't make it to the stream. I hadn't the time, so I started again and set up the stream schedule from ground on from the beginning, and I decided I will play from Monday till Friday, 8 p.m. To 10 p.m. because I'm working, and on these days I have a pretty much consistent time schedule at work, and I can make it happen to start streaming at around 8 p.m. This should be fine, even if I have to work a little bit later. 8 p.m. will always be fine. For Fridays, I don't know for sure if I can make it every Friday, because I have a private life too, and sometimes on Fridays I do something with friends or or family or something like that. But Monday to Friday should, at least from the time perspective, makeable. Yeah. So I think that's fine. Now that I haven't played since the last stream, so that was the first part of the new game of Thief 2014 version. I just have to recap for myself, but let's do this while being in game. Let me just start the game. Okay, should be fine. I checked it. Let's press continue and see what happens. Is that right? I don't know. Wait a minute. Steam. Okay, now what? I don't think that's right. But I'm not sure.
The old man remembers the Shellbridge fire. Flames so bright, night became day. Or was it smoke so thick, day became none?
Well, I read that before the Baron was born, the city was at war.
read it, did you? Oh, bloody friggin' duh. Nothing like being there, is it? The streets have seen all manner of shit. Fires, plagues.
Don't forget the war.
Let's just turn the volume of the music a little bit lower. I don't know how it is for you, but I feel it is quite loud and much louder than the dialogues or the conversations of the watches. I can't hear them properly. Maybe partly because my English is not so good. But the music isn't quite... Let's make it so, I guess. Let's see what this does.
With the black, all right?
Okay, still loud.
More of a squabble than war. Of our neighbors catch wind of it.
Did it even change something? Let's see. If you turn it.
Shit pile we're in now. You'll see your bloody war.
I'm not sure. Music, what? What? Much better. So, okay, I think we are right. It saved properly last
Wonder if the
time.
Baron can do something to stop the sickness from spreading.
Word goes, we're getting orders to off anyone who shares lodging with the Gloomer. House by house.
What? That's serious business. Shit, would we get more coin?
So, just a quick recap. In the last episodes, the first one, we did team up with some other thief called Erin, and as it seems, she's quite young, or at least not as much experienced as we are, as Garrett, and she is much more... how do I express that? She has no patience, or little patience, and I don't think she knows herself yet very well. I mean, her capabilities, her limits, if you want to call it like that, and she just has much energy, and she also seems very talented, but she can't restrain herself properly yet, as she can't control her emotions, or she overestimates herself or underestimates her opponents, I would say, and she's just she just dashes out and do her thing, and in the most cases it is fine, and she get yeah, you know what I want to say. She get away with it, and it works quite fine. But now there's this one quest or objective to find that gem or something like that, a precious stone, I think, for the thieves at least. It is just something that they can trade for gold, and it has apparently a very high value. But for others in the city, like the stone is, as much as we've seen so far, like artifact that you can use for magical rituals or something like that. And in the mission, something went wrong, and Erin broke through a glass roof or something on the top of a building and fell down. And I don't know. We don't know what happened. As the cutscene showed us, or let us assume she somehow disappeared when right before she would hit the ground. She disappeared into the light of the glowing gem that the magicians or some sort of sect, I don't know, was using at the time for a ritual or something like that. And Garrett fell right after her, but apparently hit the ground, I don't know. So he passes out and was quiet for a long time. He passed out, and as he woke up again, the city somehow changed. There is a disease-like thing called gloom that spreads through the city, and there's also that Baron that the guards are right now talking about, who seems to run the city in some manner of sense. I don't know, is the head of the city or something like that. And basically there are two factions, the poor and the rich, they live isolated and still have a good life, and the poor people on the street or in the slums, or I don't know how to call it, in the more shabby regions of the city, are destined to suffer from this disease and ultimately die, I suppose. And there's a strong there are people that aren't happy with the situation, and they want to change that. And I think it's some kind of rebellion going on, or revolution, or I don't know how to call it. We have to find out more about that. And of course, for Garrett, such a situation is also always opportunity. I mean, not robbing the poor people, but if there is unrest in the city, and that can lead to many opportunities making profit. And for Garrett, of course, it is through burglary. But I think at the same time we have to find out more about that ritual and what happened to Erin, but we aren't at that point yet. And so let's see what the game has offer for us. And I say it right now because the last time I forgot it somehow, and it is considerably harder than Thief 1 or 2. I can't say about Thief 3 because I have forgotten almost everything about that game, but it's not so easy. And I turned off most of the helping things. For example, the indicators of something that you can use also, because it's I don't want that. It breaks the immersion for me a little bit, and I'm not happy with the modern looking hut. And but it is quite reductive or quite simplistic, so I'm fine with that. But but for the other things, I turned a bunch of options off to immerse myself more into the game and the atmosphere. But also the guards, the opponents, the enemies aren't that stupid, aren't that weak. And as in Thief 1 and 2, the AI of the enemies of the NPCs got a lot of better. At least that's my impression so far, or I feel like that. And let's see if we can make our living by stealing things. I'm not the best gamer, so I'm much more confident playing ego shooters, but yeah, I like the genre, I like the setting. Let's see. And we can dash, can we?
What is this? Watch alley? I'll make this step lightly.
We're fucked up. How to dash? Ah, pressing space, okay. Yeah, there are a bunch of new game mechanics I have to get used to. One being you can dash from shadow to shadow. If there are gate. Let's first hear this conversation.
Try to make it crack a smile. Tired of you already. Do everyone a favor.
Careful. She's off the best of piss pot.
Sorry for breaking in again. I have to look up the controls one more time. I forgot if you can lean in one direction. So let's just look it up. I don't know. Back. Sorry, my bad. Mouse and keyboard. Okay. Keyboard mapping. Okay, so run, okay, sneak, climb, jump, swoop. Oh, yeah, swooping it was called, not dashing, sorry. Crouch, okay. Interact, focus, we don't want to use that because it highlights mission relevant objects or details, I don't know, and I don't want that. I would be more happy if it was just like a focus thing. So Garrett's Mechanical Eye had that nice little feature that you can zoom in and out, and you could throw it and use it like a remote camera in the second part of the series. And I would be happy to have that again, but apparently it's not there, or maybe we get it later, I don't know. Use throw, melee attack. Yeah, the starter thing, you can't equip the blackjack, you always have it some sort of equipped, and by pressing R, he uses it right away. So you can't hold and wait for the right moment and then release it. You just have to press R, like, I don't know, in the modern games, if you start a knife attack or something like that. Dodge, okay, I don't know what that means. Maybe we will see. Takedown. Takedown is the other new mechanic. So if an enemy is stunned or something like that, you can press Q for a takedown. Zoom, observe, drop down. Okay, minimap. So there is no leaning back forth to any side or something like that. So let's try what is we. What the? Okay. Not sure. Maybe you can dodge guess, melee attacks or something like that. So in the first 2 games there was a parry-like feature. You could parry swords or melee attacks if timed well. So, but in this one you maybe have to dodge them. Seems more realistic to me because Garrett is not the fighter type, and if possible he avoids any kind of fight. In the best case he's not noticed at all, so that fighting is not necessary. And when he fights, I think most of the time the enemy wouldn't notice him, so he just takes unknown enemies down that are not noticing him. And yeah, see that we have like the claw thing and Thief 3. Now we can climb up marked spots. So it's just a little, to get to higher grounds more easily. And if there are no possibility of shooting rope arrows, and now you can't shoot rope arrows at any surface, at any wood surface. There are marked spots for it, and you can't just jump around if that's not meant by the game. You can't jump freely. That is something that I don't like,
Stone market's not so bad.
because coming from the generation that grew up with the shooters like Quake 2 or Counter-Strike, the old one, and I don't know, Unreal Tournament, it was much about movement, and in that games the movement feels so good. You can move freely, and jumping was always a big part of that too. So I like that freedom of jumping and running around. Oh, the cutscene. Okay, interesting. Lockdown completed. So parts of the city seem to be under curfew or under permanent lockdown. I don't know, I suppose if you are one of the lower class people in the city, or you can't just walk freely around the place or the places, and you have to stay in your own area, sort of thing. Used aggressive actions and overcame opponents by any means necessary. So there we have a little bit of statistics. So apparently I'm no ghost. So maybe because we got detected a few times. Lift all loot items. Yeah, okay. So I didn't know at that point it was the end of the level. But let's continue anyway. Because I'm here, for the most part, I'm here for the story and for the characters. And I hope we got our next objectives, or in the objectives of future missions, there will be something like grab 500 in loot or something like that. Because I like that. So you are forced to explore the area more, and by doing that, the game unfolds as it should be, I think, and as the developers meant it to be. Because I'm not the and in general, I am not the exploration type of guy. I just go straight for the mission objectives and maybe turn a little bit to the left side and the right side, but not exploring the whole map. In this way, yeah. Okay, so this one is new too, because now it looks like we are in our little hideout, and I immediately recognize it from some, I think artwork or even a cover of a box art cover. So this is Garrett's secret base or something like that. And normally between missions you would have at least some sort of text from one of the factions, and a little dialogue maybe, or even pictures or some sort of cutscene that is between the missions and connects them a little bit. And here it seems we are in our hub or something like that, in our hideout. And from there, we can enter the next mission. Let's see. Okay, for now, let's just explore a little bit what's in here. Maybe we will find 1 or 2 Easter eggs. Not sure. From the other parts.
Genevieve.
Ah, Basso, there it is, our old friend. So, sorry. Maybe that means we are going to enter the mission if we proceed. So, one other thing I just want to mention, seeing that cutscene, I'm not kinda happy that Garrett is exposed to the viewer like that. In the first parts, I remember I always wanted to know how Garrett looks like, how he really looks like, but because it's out of the ego perspective, and you don't see him in cutscenes that often, I think, and when you see him, he's always cloaked, or he is, as seems like he's part of the shadows that are surrounded him. He don't want to be seen. He's never flashed out like that, so that you can see every detail about his, maybe his face or something. And even if it's showed, it's more more a graphical style, more artworks, artistic approach, and not like a photorealistic way of trying to show him to the audience. And this makes him, I think that's partly makes him mysterious, or I create that mysterium about the character, and he's not really you can't really grab him. You can't really. He's just like a shadow, I think, and that's maybe it's because in the first two parts they hadn't the technique and the they hadn't the hardware and the software wasn't that good at the time, obviously, and you can't just throw out cutscenes like that. And so maybe they decided to don't show him, or because of that, and make it more and use that like an, I don't know, like an excuse or something like that. But I think it adds to the mysterium, and it was always I remember very well when the third part came out and you could for the first time switch into third person perspective, and the first thing I did was to look at him and look like his face, how they modeled his face, and so, and it destroys part of the character at that moment. But I was just curious how he looks like, how he would look, but he's not meant to be shown, I think, now. So it's like with Cthulhu from the Lovecraft universe. He's not supposed to be seen, or it's much more strong. His character is much more, has a stronger influence if you have to imagine what could be there, how could it look like. That's the point where your fantasy kicks in, and you have to imagine how he could maybe look, and what that is really creates a mysterium sort of thing, and that I miss here a little bit. That Garrett reminds me more of Altair, to be sure. To be honest, from the Assassin's Creed universe. Okay, now let's enter the stone market, and let's see if we find Basso.
It's a passing thing, sir. I'm sure of it, not the gloom.
In 2 days, send men to claim his property for the crest, and have them bring a car.
So maybe that it's part of the game. It shows us, hey, you can go back anytime you want to. That's your base. You just have to find it. And yeah. So let's see for the objectives. Meet Basso at the Crippled Burrick. And that one we've seen in the little cutscene. Which seems to be that tavern thing over there. And because we are a tapper, the guards ought not to see us.
Gonna head over
to the Burek in a bit. Ugh.
But I must say this, I like it already that you can move over the roofs and between the buildings like that and don't have to necessarily walk onto the streets and makes much more sense because there now is electricity and it seems to be everywhere, so yeah,
God's to grave holes.
it's not an option for us wandering around the streets anymore. At least not yet.
Back's hurting bad.
Oh, we broke in right and we broke our first break-in right. Was quite the right building. Sorry for my bad English. It's not getting better. I hope it will eventually. I'm lacking fluency and words. My vocabulary is quite is missing many words.
You can smell the river from here.
So, and I really like the sound atmosphere, not only steps or conversations, but also all the other noises that mix and make that noise floor of the city. New instructions. Regards the reports from your quacks on handling of the gloom situation, I propose that you draft a new report based on the following guidelines. I want to encourage a steady flow of gloomers through the works for processing. Upwards of 100 a day should suffice. I understand the sickness can develop with dramatic speed. Indeed, a man who might have appeared perfectly well at evening could be found on death cart come the morning. In that case, his house should be also thoroughly cleared before condemnation. Your assistance in this matter will be appreciated. The Thief-Taker General. I think part of the reason they shut down the city is the disease, and maybe I will turn on the interaction indicators, because in Thief 1 and 2 objects that you could interact with change their color a little bit if you looked on them in from the right angle, so they got a little bit brighter, so that was an indication you could do something with the items, either take them up or use them or something like that. And in this one, yeah, you can't make that out, but it is a little bit annoying that instead they show the indicators show the button you have to press to interact with it. I'm not a fan of that. Let's just continue, and if we miss much because of it, I will turn it on again. I'm a huge fan of the letter we read just there, that everything that contributes to world building, and I won't miss that out if possible. I don't want to miss that out.
out.
So that's another thing I turned off. The indicators of lockpicking, for lockpicking. But let's see, there are locks that couldn't be open in the first 2 parts of Thief. There are always, I suppose there will always be locks that need a key to open them, and maybe that's one of them. But to be sure of that, I just turn on the indicators. Let's see. Pick up notifiers. Okay, no, that's not.
You can smell the river from here.
Ah, now he is moving his middle finger, his thumb, and that is the visual indication that we hit the sweet spot. But I want to try. Let's for the time being, let's just continue, and if I'm more
Hope I don't catch the blue.
used to it, I will turn the indicators off. Because I don't like that. I'm looking more on the indicators now that's on Garrett's hands, and that's not that throw me out of the game a little bit. Oh, nice. The Watch. Secure the streets. Protect the city. Yeah, I'm sure you're doing that. So I guess that's it right here. And yeah, another thing, we don't have a sword or...
Everywhere.
What about that? Oh, I could have just... We don't have a sword, or I mean a sharp weapon to fight with. And that's more realistic, I think. Because a sword is not the thing you want to carry around as a thief. In reality, swords are really heavy weapons, and you can't move fast and elegant or something like with them. Even if you fix them on your back, or they are quite clumsy and they make noise. They are, yeah, not the sort of thing you want to carry around.
The river from here.
Daggers are much more the weapons of choice. I think in that case, Thief 3, I must give Thief 3 credit. So let's see if we can drop ourselves pressing X.
You know what I miss? The sound of horse hooves.
Now you're talking. Been months since I've had a bowl of horse meat stew.
Just quick saved, to be sure. To be safe, sorry. And it's quite interesting. The people here don't think of us as an enemy or as a thief, or I think that's because, yeah, we are not a nobleman or not one of the rich guys. We
I'd welcome some warm coffee.
we belong to this part of the city. They. Oh, okay. So is this the indication that we can enter the? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, okay. The crippled Burrick. Would you like to enter? Yes. Don't tell me that is Basso.
I would have went for the pickle jar, Basso. A lot more weight.
Garrett. Shit. I see you still can't work a door. You don't come to see me, you don't write. I thought both you and Aaron had been killed in the mansion attack. Where the hell have you been?
I don't know.
You don't know. Fine. Forget it. Far be it for me to pry about where you've been for the last fucking year. I don't have time for this. Especially with the Baron's new duty on opium, thanks to this gloom sickness, not to mention the Thief-Taker General's black tax, squeezing us entrepreneurs.
If you got a job for me, let's hear it.
Are you sure you're up to it? Okay, so here's the gig. I need you to obtain a ring for me.
Getting married?
Never again, huh?
I think that was a pun on the
I swear one day I'm gonna have you
first
made
mission
into a
of
hat.
the Thief 2.
And was the brains of the outfit.
I'm running out of fingers.
Good job, Basso. Good job.
Yeah, right. Belongs to a guy named Cornelius Greaves, one of those hoity-toity types who doesn't have any shit on his boots. Here you go.
What's the catch?
He's dead.
I'm a thief, Basso, not a grave robber.
Only recently deceased. My sources say he never took the ring off.
Doesn't seem much of a challenge.
Challenge. We'll be getting to him before the Carters pick him over. Rumor has it they've been taking bodies to that old foundry near Cinderfall. Crawling with the Baron's guards for some reason. Now, best way to that place is through the old chapel. And, don't screw this up, Garrett. Some of us still need to pay our dues.
You can't tax what you can't catch.
Yeah. Get out of here. And you use the door? Please? Still, it's good to see you.
Oh, I sense undead. To be or hemorrhoids or some kind of thing. Basso often has side jobs to complete. Check with him regularly to see what he has lined up. Sure.
Some tools of the trade.
Hear that, friends? It's the crows.
Visit the Queen of Beggars. Stock up on supplies at the Shady Merchant.
Baron Northcrest, the tapper who locked us in this iron cage, all in the name of
So-
progress. Old irons will say
Let's get back and let's have a look.
You need something?
Black hand supply.
Okay, treason. A pall over the Golden Age. Last night, on the eve of the Summer's Day, festival, a cowardly attempt was made to assassinate Baron Northcrest himself. A black powder plot at Northcrest Manor resulted in a great blast that could be heard echoing across the city. With a sense of great relief, surely shared by all of our fellow citizens, we can report the Baron survived the deplorable act. Already the fine members of the City Watch moved to bring those involved to swift justice. It is the view of the Watch that there is no cause for panic in the streets. However, they remind all loyal to the Baron that it is your duty to report any seditious, I don't know what this means, seditious talk you might overhear. Remember, poison words can lead to poison deeds. There you have it.
Lift her prices.
So I will just, let me see. I will let that interactions thingies turn back to on. Interaction prompts, I guess. Waypoint. Pick up notifiers. Light jump. Okay, object. Display highlights on interactive object. Frame search helper. Location updates. Okay. Zoom. That's what I meant. It's just distracting me to see that the buttons, yeah. I would much more happy if the object itself signifies that you can interact with it, or at least, yeah. But if it annoys me too much, I will turn it off again. But right now I'm more concerned about missing out if I'm not turned it on. Something we can read, for example, or...
You'll love this. The Blacktops tried to evict Mortimer.
Now there's a job I wouldn't take.
Of course, he went off on them, so they need to
okay, peak is meant to be used at corners.
Tools of the trade.
Yeah, but that's hold A, hold D. I don't want it.
That's how it started with the upstairs neighbors. How did it finish there? I came to the barrack. Didn't go back.
Let's see what happens if we go in there.
We tried to sneak into Dayport.
Need to stock up.
Okay, I can't hit him. So this is maybe a neutral zone or something like that.
And that sloop looked back at me.
But there is nothing for us to do here.
Night's going on forever.
Following the week's hangings, Baron Northcrest delivered a short address today, his first since the shocking attempt on his very life. The gathered crowd were visibly moved at the sight of our Iron Leader, who, much like his metal's namesake, has proved unbending and in adversity. Though the Baron's speech was several hours shorter than his usual oratory, thank God, he maintained his plans for the city were clearer than ever before and more urgent. If only the hatred conspirators could live to witness his indomitable spirit, then be executed anew. Sadly, the Lady Vivian, always a favorite among her loyal citizenry, was once again absent. The returning procession was cheered across the length of the bridge nonetheless. So, seems like the Baron Better had died. Okay.
Should keep our insides nicely improved. Coughed up some shit in my time.
So it's much more semi-open world, and in that case much more like Thief 3. At least you can move free, but it feels more like you could move around the city to get from location to location. But we will see.
That's the last of them.
There'll be more tomorrow. I'm starting to think they're the lucky ones.
Let's save first and
Lucky,
let's
eh?
see what happens.
Some of
if
these
we...
gloomers bite off their tongues to make it stop. Some push in their eyes or their ears. Luck wants nothing to do with this city.
Okay, don't mind me, sir. I want to jump, but then, yeah, it's just a habit. I want to jump on things and see if I can get on a higher ground or over obstacles, and so yeah, it's another take or another way of approaching a game mechanic by not giving that option and instead giving other options.
The old chapel on Morningside. The court of the Queen of Beggars.
But we can't talk with the people here. So then at least let's read. This week the Baron toured the sites of the recently demolished chapels in Dayport. He expressed his hope to return shortly for inauguration of the pipe houses that would replace them. While some historians expressed dismay at the reconstruction work, all were quick to agree the city must move forwards. Perhaps the buildings held historical significance, the Baron generously debated, but they must make way for the significance of the future. Truly, the Baron may be the third Northcrest to outlaw worship of the old gods, but the first to move beyond them. The Great Keep will ultimately provide power for the whole district. Okay, so he is a modern man and yeah, just wants to move forward. To what end and to what costs we will find out, I think. Missing wrench tool. So, does this mean we can some sort of collect that things? Okay. Let's for now move on. The old chapel. Would you like to enter? Yes, why not? Let's see.
It's a lonely night.
It's the best kind.
Garrett. You walk a path few would wish.
That's the only one I know.
Quite. You know what they say about me?
That you know everything that happens in this city.
Not everything. Just the important things. What brings you here? Seeking my counsel?
A year ago, I was at the Northcrest Mansion. Something went wrong. What happened to me? What happened to Aaron?
A year ago. Men who believed themselves to know best tried to control something they didn't fully understand for their own ends. The balance has shifted. We can all feel it.
That's your answer.
When my beggars found you after the accident, they thought you were dead. But you were not dead. So we healed your broken body and brought you from the city to keep you safe while we waited. But then, just after the gloom started, something began to wake you. It was time for you to return home. This city grows sick. It will tell you all in time, if you choose to listen. Careful, Garrett. There are worse things in the shadows than you.
Okay, so donate gold to the Queen of Beggars to receive focus points. Use focus points to enhance your focus abilities. Okay. Go to the old foundry. The mansion we broke in, and it was apparently that of the Baron Northcrest. And yeah, they mess with a magic artifact, some sort of, and it didn't go well, and now we have to as always we have to save the world or save the city, clean up the mess they made. Chapter 2. No, what? We already are in chapter 2? Okay, let's move on. Okay. Maybe it's not meant to play it like that, I don't know. Maybe we should do more side quests and getting better before entering chapter 2. I'm not sure if it's like Gothic or something like that sort of game where if entering the next chapter you can't go back.
We've been hauling corpses since dawn. We just want this day to be done.
Did you hear this lazy gutter-shite? Consider yourself lucky you're pulling that card and not in it! Now move!
I've had my fill of cart rides. I'll find my own way in.
I should get more sleep.
Is this Ash? Is this the
Wonder what they put in the sloop.
remains of people that's getting burned after being sick and dying, or what? I don't know. It seems like it. Shit, man. That's really hard.
But
If they have to burn people in that number to
Orc's teeth.
yeah, they maybe they have not the time or not the space to bury them properly before they decompose or something like that. I guess there are always times in history where plagues stroke the mankind and many people died in a rather short time. And often then not they burned them because it's the easiest way to get rid of
Vegas
bodies.
smell the same alive.
Can I jump on that one? I can, okay.
Shit, this grease gets on everything.
Hope I don't catch the gloom.
Missing wrench tool. Okay, again, what's that and how do we get
I'm
it?
starving.
I mean, this option is now from the table.
Tough times.
They call that work? Keep that friggin' dog quiet and wake me when shift's done, will you?
How can you sleep in a place like this? And the General's here too, grinding his teeth and his frigging leg.
Watch and learn. Watch and learn.
Maybe I'll sleep tonight.
Okay, let's see. I just experimented a little bit with the buttons.
Oh, what I'd give for a coffee.
What weapons do we have? Okay, so I think that's the thing the game tried to say us. If you don't gear yourself up before starting a mission, you won't have the chance. There is basically no menu between the missions or shop-like system where you can buy weapons and stuff with the gold you collected in the mission before. So yeah, we are not in a good position right now. But let's try.
What's next?
My back's hurting bad.
Okay, we somehow have to get inside the area.
Doesn't
of
feel
the,
safe on the streets.
And he sleeps. Let's see if we can use our remaining water arrow to extinguish that fire. Okay, worked well. Didn't expect that.
Who did? Huh? I think I saw somebody. You!
Yeah, okay. So the guards are much more stronger. And I think they heard the mist click. But to be honest, I'm not quite sure how to interpret that light gem thing in the left, in the lower left, in the left corner. I mean, yeah, now it's black, but is it pitch black? Is it? Does it mean?
Oh, my back's hurting bad.
Let's see.
Forget the gloom if I catch the Foundry Man's droop.
I'll wager that hand is more attentive than his masters.
Okay, I should have. I just wanted to try, but it's not that easy. It's not so easy like in the first two games, where you could run a significant, a significant distance before you hit them with the blackjack on the head.
Hungry as a...
So even a few steps are enough to make them suspicious.
My neck aches. I'd wager that
I missed that. I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe I wasn't close enough.
Hungry as a...
And so let's quick save here.
My neck aches.
Yeah, man, mine too. Okay, I'm so dumb, I didn't see that. I had to press Q for takedown. But now can't I rob him? No?
All I need is one good opportunity.
And now I don't know how he holds the body. Okay, yet now his neck broke, I guess. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I'd wager that hound is more attentive than his masters.
So I'm seeing already another way we could have taken. Maybe if we had the right tools, or if we just I don't know, just went another path. It took another path.
Garrett.
Aaron.
What was
Are you
that?
sick?
Hopefully not. Oh, I like that shadow. So far the game looks freaking good, I think. At least it managed to set the right atmosphere, and that's so much worth. You don't need good graphics for creating a good atmosphere, but it surely helps if the graphics or if the game design and if that all of that is put together in the right way. So just good graphics alone doesn't mean necessarily the game has a good atmosphere. Ladders in this game, even in this game, are my enemies, I think. Oh my god. Yeah, never mind. Okay, this is our lucky night. Followed one of the bleaters upstairs and found a real nice piece he must have lifted. I put it in the chute in the coal room. One good lift deserves another, right? When you pawn it this time, be sure Perry counts out every coin.
I'll take this.
Alice, your smile will forever be remembered. Okay, this is something I quite like personally. It's in the newer Tomb Raider games or in Uncharted games, I think, where you can see special things that you have collected, that you have managed to find, and you can view it here, watch it here again. At best with a little bit of side story to it, and like that animation right now and the comment of Garrett. Yeah, a little nice touch, I think. So makes the looting aspect of the game feel more good or more satisfactory, because yeah, among all the quote unquote normal loot, there's some special loot as well, and is worth finding it or looking for it, searching for it. So this one is new, this third-person perspective in that kind of situation. But I have to say, Garrett moves some sort of, I don't know, the movement feels like it's like some sort of bug, a cockroach or something like that. We are playing right now. I don't know. It hasn't the feeling of, for example, Altair moving in Assassin's Creed, or yeah, you name it, the other games like Uncharted, Tomb Raider and so on. It doesn't have that feeling. He moves a little bit unrealistic and fast. Nobody would move so fast climbing. Okay, let's see.
General will want this lot seen to before last bell.
Look at this. A highborn in with the lowlifes. I wonder what he's got.
Not out here, sloop for brains.
We carted him gentle as we could. You are treating them with respect, aren't you?
Respect? Oh, yeah. Set the cart down inside and get back to your sack houses. We'll take it from here.
And the camera, oh my god, it is... I mean, yes, I play it with the PC and I'm moving with my mouse, of course, but it feels like it is accelerated a lot. If I move in one direction, the camera will end that direction, end that movement, and it makes... It's not just a little bit, it's... If I move my mouse, it feels like it's triggering an animation, and you can't stop that. It makes, for example, a move to the side and to the left side and to the right side. It seems like there are only a few options of looking into one direction, and if you are moving your mouse or the controller, I guess, it will move, the camera will move to that position. Yeah, so I can't freely look around, like only on certain spots in certain angles, and yeah, I don't know what to think about that. But I really do appreciate the fact that we are able to do that in the game. Oh, that kind of dust or air don't seem to be healthy. Is that the clue? Oh, it said...
Sure I snatched it up here. Crap. I'll never find it again in this murk.
Okay, I just saw Q and pressed it.
Mannequins? I came here looking for a body. But not this kind.
There you go. Now you have a friend. Okay, what about that? Is this a gas arrow? Seems like it. When did we collect a gas arrow? So if the mouse sensitivity is too high, let me know. I'm quite good with it, but I can understand if it's too hectic or too fast, like I'm moving the mouse. I guess it's easier when play some such game on a console. So let's first orientate ourselves a little bit.
This wouldn't pass for respect in a slaughterhouse. Poor old Cornelius must already be on the line. The best way to follow Cornelius is to put my life on the line.
New objective, follow the path of the dead. Hook onto the assembly line. So I just wanted to say I'm a little bit afraid of jumping, but then I remembered I can't jump I just you can't jump freely around here, so if I can't jump, Garrett will made it safely, I think, to yeah. Yeah, so we come from here, I think, and waiting there. Let's see.
Freezing.
Or we could go near. Let's clear up or mess up. Option 2, plan B. Messing up.
I think.
I have to remember that I must not press R for...
The best way to follow Cornelius is to put my life on the line.
For blackjack, but Q for takedown.
There's glues everywhere.
Okay, here's the limit. That's not good. We don't have any water arrows left.
Freezing.
I'm freezing.
Let's see, I forgot to look if we can rob anything. So
Something happens tonight.
robbing, so looting a unconscious guard or enemy also means that you carry him or take him with you. So you can't just search the body or the unconscious body and looting him. Garrett will also at the same time picking it up.
Night's going on forever.
No more complaints about some areas having broken glass on the floor. Boot leather doesn't come cheap, so step around it or clean it up. You have short fucking career in the Baron's watch ahead of you if you can't look where you are going. Your uniform is your responsibility, including the boots. You can be assured there are a dozen men waiting to fill yours, Captain Shaw. Okay, what in the world was that? I guess we just proceed to loot. And maybe that was the other way. We could get in, come in. So, but
What's next?
Okay. Reminds me a little bit of Half-Life 2 or so, or was it Prey?
I wonder if a building can be condemned twice. I watch you making a good case for it here.
No, man, that's awful.
What's next?
Yeah, just like shooting deer back in the estate.
Oh, shoot.
Time to get off. I prefer being a moving target.
Follow the path of the dead. Move through the old manufacturing area. So let's just pause here. Quick. Yeah. I have to get myself something to drink. And close the windows, it's getting cold.
The poor are good for something.
Okay, I'm back.
Tough times. Hey? That sound wasn't rats, was it? Hey?
So I think
I'll slay you, Black End!
we are fucking dead. Where the fuck did he come from? Ah, I see. That was not good.
Quacks wouldn't take this job. Suppose the beggars smelled the same alive.
Eddie Dobbs, hunter extraordinaire.
Hey? Someone made a noise. Is anyone here? Step out so I can see you. Ah, that sound could have been anything. I don't feel right.
So yeah, I just wanted to say I think I get the hang of lockpicking, and we could deactivate that HUD info.
I'm getting sick, I know it. Oh, my neck aches. Huh? What now? What?
To be honest, I was not sure what that meant, that right now, while I was fighting, there was two indicators. One showed me I should hold the interaction button, which is the right mouse button for in my case, and at the same time there was another thing pointing out some, I don't know what to do. Maybe some sort of in-fight mechanic. Maybe I missed a takedown or something like that. Okay, congratulations, Burmy. You pulled corpse duty. It's not too bad if you're the stomach for it. If you need a break, the boys and I have a place on top of the manufacturing. Only Spot the Gaffer won't find you catching up on your beauty rest. Here's the rules. Keep it quiet, no hogging, don't tap your pipe on the floor. If you are caught, no names. Seems not the job you want to do. Ah, nice. Barge out, okay. Ah, okay, that way you... Interesting. Maybe you can use that for your advantage to stun an enemy, or if you dash out and you dash against them. I will try that. And we certainly, one of the first things I want to do is getting one of that wench tools and hoping it's a permanent thing and not something you have to buy. Yeah, something that is on disposer. You have to buy multiple of them. So here is class, and but we don't want to get noticed. And that's another thing they the developers advertised in the third game of Thief. They said the guards or the enemies could hear better. So what does it mean? It means the AI is able to hear sounds more differentiated. I'm sorry. So in simple terms, they could, if you are in a room and the enemy is outside the room, you could make more noise without being noticed, but they are able to hear through certain walls, and that was not the case in the first two games. So you are not safe if you are in this room and make a lot of noise. Maybe some enemy in the next room will notice it and look and check what's going on in that room. Be aware of the immediate renovation of the Whale Street Ironworks. The facility must be ready to process the city's debt into 2 weeks from today. Be careful of old materials from Baron Northwest's earlier projects. Any area that cannot be repurposed to process and dispose of cavaders should be considered inaccessible. The Thief-Taker General will be personally overseeing this endeavor. I should not need to remind you that delays not be tolerated. Captain Shaw. Yeah, a really charming person. The other thing about that light gem that is a little bit irritating for me. I can't really tell if there are only 2 or let's say maybe 3 states of that light gem. Yeah, so either you are in the shadows and won't be seen, or you are completely visible and yeah, standing in the light. I don't know if there are if there are other possibilities.
Smell the river from here.
So if you take a look at the light gem in the lower left corner, so now it's dark, and it won't get any. I mean, it won't get any brighter, and the moment, and so okay, maybe that is another.
At least the blood was fresh. It's brown in here, like ditch water. Don't you see it?
It's hard to say. I have to. Maybe that's okay. There are 3 states, I think. So either you are fully submerged yourself in the shadows, or you are in the visible like that in the light and it's glowing, or something here like that in between, where they could see you maybe if they are close enough, but at least got suspicious if they don't see you, if they are not close enough, but enough in a distance where they can see something or guess that there is something. Makes sense. It wasn't so clear for Thief 1 and 2. The crystal or the gem there changed its color more gradually, and yeah. Oh man. There's quite a party going on there. Let's for now move on and see what we can do here.
I found the door of the old works locked up.
And what I really always liked about the Thief games and are the sounds of the footsteps. If you are moving among the floor or among different not among if you're moving over different kinds of surface, and not even that. It always depends how fast you walk or run or crouch, or how fast you move over those over a surface. They got so many sounds. Okay, new map. So I just want to play that game without map if possible. I don't like that kind of map, that kind of modern looking map where you basically see exactly how the buildings or the rooms are constructed or the outlay of it. And I prefer the take of Thief 1 and 2, where Garrett at least, or not at least, where Garrett, if you are lucky, had a rough map of the building, but still not of all parts of the building, maybe only a few, and maybe not in this kind of top-down manner. Maybe that was like looking on the building from the front, and you only could see, okay, there are, let's say, 4 or 5 or floors, and roughly the rough outlook of that floors, or you couldn't say for sure. Maybe there were a few notes that scribbled here and there, or that made Garrett so that he, or that made Garrett, after receiving reports or information, how where's the item or points of interest are located then, but never like such an construction map like here, or I don't know, architectural map It's not. I don't like that. It's too modern. I don't think he will have such like such a map. It's much more likely that he got information from someone or something, or made a map himself. But not that he has a blueprint of the building. So let's try swooping over that over here and pushing the button to turn off the light. I wonder if it's gonna work.
Huh? How'd that go out?
You get the feeling something's wrong?
I think you will turn it on again. You little
stay hidden if you're messing with me.
snitch. Okay, let's try to barge out. If he
nothing.
no.
The two of us could force it. Split what we find between. How'd that go out?
Sure, but I might have seen someone.
What?
Ah, I had to hold Q to take him down. Did I kill him? Is that blood? Or oil, or what? No, that was there before, right? Okay, that is oil. Or kerosene. So let's see if we can store... No, we can't. What? No, we can't. Ah, okay, if we just quickly press the interaction button, the right mouse button, he will loot the body instead of picking it up. So after all, it's possible to just loot him. Oops. Oh, can we break through there? No. Ah, that one is also new. I think you could but how do I end it? Oh, with E. I think you could look through doors in the third part of the game. So, but not here. Actually makes no sense, but okay. I do like that, or I did like that feature. Looking through through keyholes of doors before entering a room. Let's see if we can knock out a guard that sleeps.
Give me a locked door, I'll show you an open one. I haven't seen this mechanism before, though. Must be a key to fit.
Okay. But I like how he turns out the candles, or that you can do it. So let's read. Unauthorized entry beyond this point will be punished. No exceptions if in doubt. Consult with an officer of administration by direct order of the Thief Taker General. Okay, and as you can see, there are quite a few I don't know, locks or missing key. Okay, and here we need a key. And I guess we will search for that key in the next episode. Tomorrow, 8 PM. As always, it was a pleasure, and I hope you sleep well. And until tomorrow, have a good one.